The ship Astronova floated silently in the black sea of space. Only the low hum of its engines broke the stillness. Inside, lights flickered across long metal corridors that looked like veins of a sleeping beast. Captain Rhea Morgan walked alone through the hallway. Her boots echoed softly against the steel floor. She was tall, sharp-eyed, and carried the kind of calm that came only from surviving too many battles. But tonight she felt something strange, like the ship itself was breathing. She stopped near the maintenance deck. A sound was coming from below, not the usual mechanical whine, but something alive. She leaned closer. Clank, hiss, whisper. Her heart skipped. "Who's there?" she said, her voice steady but low. No answer. Only the hum of the ship responded. Rhea opened the hatch and climbed down the ladder into the dark mechanic bay. The air was warmer here, filled with the scent of oil and burning circuits. Sparks flickered from half-broken panels. The lights above blinked, leaving her in shadow every few seconds. Then she saw movement, a figure bent over the main reactor. "Hey, you're not supposed to be here," she called. The figure froze. Then slowly it turned around. It wasn't human. The creature was tall and covered in smooth silver plates. Its eyes glowed soft blue like twin stars caught inside glass. It looked half machine, half organic. One arm was made of living metal that seemed to move on its own. "I'm a mechanic," it said in a calm voice. "Don't move, human. Your tool is pressed right against me." Rhea blinked. Her hand was already on her laser wrench. She hadn't even realized it. The tip of the tool was touching the creature's chest, where a faint heartbeat pulsed under the metal. She stepped back, confused but cautious. "A mechanic? You're not on my crew list. Who sent you?" The creature tilted its head slightly. "No one sent me. I came because your ship called for help." "My ship?" Rhea frowned. Astronova didn't send any distress signal. The being placed a hand on the reactor wall. The metal under its touch rippled like water disturbed by wind. "Yes, it did," it said softly. "But not to your radios. It called me, in the old way." A chill ran through Rhea's spine. "What do you mean, the old way?" Before the creature could answer, the ship shook violently. Sirens blared. Red lights flashed across the bay. "Warning," the AI voice said. "Engine temperature critical. Core breach in 2 minutes." Rhea rushed to the control panel. "Damn it, the stabilizers are offline." The creature moved fast, faster than her eyes could follow. It reached into the reactor, metal fingers melting into the system. Sparks exploded around it. The whole bay filled with bright light. "What are you doing?" Rhea shouted. "Fixing what your kind broke," it said calmly, though its voice trembled. "Now move back." "Far back?" Rhea stumbled behind a crate as the reactor screamed like a dying beast. The light grew until everything went white. Then a silence, smoke filled the air. The sirens stopped. The lights returned to normal. The creature was still standing, but barely. Part of its metallic skin had melted away, revealing dark, shifting tissue beneath. "You," Rhea whispered. "You saved the ship." The creature looked up. Its glowing eyes dimmed a little. "Your ship is alive," it was crying. "I just helped it breathe again." Rhea stepped closer, her fear slowly turning into wonder. "You talk like it's a living thing." "It is," the creature replied. "And so am I." Before she could ask more, the comm system buzzed. "Captain Morgan, this is bridge control. What happened down there? Our scanners just picked up something new inside the ship." Rhea looked at the creature. "Something new?" she repeated softly. The being turned toward her. "They can sense me now," it said. "But you need to decide fast, Captain. Tell them I'm your ally, or they'll destroy me before I finish the real repair." "Real repair?" Rhea asked, confused. The creature's eyes glowed brighter again. "Yes," it whispered. "Something worse is coming from outside your ship. I can stop it, but only if you trust me." The metal floor beneath them began to tremble again, this time not from the engine, but from something vast and cold pressing against the hull from the outside. Rhea looked at the control monitor. A massive shadow appeared on the radar, moving fast toward them. "What the hell is that?" she breathed. The creature raised its head. "That," it said, "is what killed my kind." The screen flickered, showing a shape larger than any ship she had ever seen. Then the lights went out. Darkness swallowed the ship. For a long moment there was no sound, only the slow, deep pulse of the emergency lights coming back online one by one. Captain Rhea blinked as her vision adjusted. Red lights painted the mechanic bay in blood-colored glow. The strange metallic being, the one who had saved them, stood frozen near the reactor, its body faintly steaming. "Backup power engaged," said the ship's AI voice, weak and distant. "External anomaly detected." Rhea pressed her hand to the wall screen. It flickered, showing static and then a blurred image, a massive dark shape floating outside the ship. It looked like a shadow wearing armor stretching across the stars. "What is that thing?" she whispered. The creature turned its glowing eyes toward the screen. "It's not a ship," it said quietly. "It's a hunter," Rhea frowned. "A hunter of what?" "Of life," the being said. "Of everything that breathes between stars. It killed my world, long before you humans learned to build ships." A cold shiver ran down her back. The radar showed the object moving closer. It wasn't flying, it was gliding, silent like a ghost through water. "Why is it here?" Rhea asked. "Because your ship woke it," the creature said. When the Astronova cried for help, something ancient heard the echo. The control panel beeped wildly. Object approaching. Impact in 90 seconds, Rhea grabbed the intercom. "All crew, brace for impact!" Shields up, defensive grid online. But the shields did not rise. Instead, every light turned blue for 1 second, then black again. The power drain was complete. "Shields are gone," the AI said. "Something is eating the energy." "Eating?" Rhea repeated. The creature stepped closer to the reactor. "Yes, the hunter feeds on power. Every spark, every pulse. That's how it grows." The walls of the ship began to vibrate. A deep rumble passed through the floor like thunder under their feet. Tools fell from the tables. Somewhere above, a pipe burst, spraying steam into the air. Then came the sound. Not mechanical, not natural. A low whispering like hundreds of voices speaking through static. Human voices, Rhea realized. But wrong, the creature closed its eyes. They're the ones it has taken. Their memories trapped inside its skin. Rhea's breath quickened. "Can we fight it?" The being looked at her, and half human, half machine, all sorrow. "You can't fight what has no body. But maybe we can blind it." "How?" "It sees through energy," it said. "If we make the ship look like a dead stone on no light, no heat, it might pass us." "That means shutting down life support," Rhea said quietly. "Yes," it replied. "For a few minutes only. But you'll need courage," Rhea hesitated. The crew, dozens of people depending on her, were spread across the ship. If she cut the systems, oxygen would drop, temperature would fall. But if she didn't, the shadow would find them. She looked again at the screen. The dark shape was so close now it filled the entire frame. It had no eyes, no mouth, only shifting black mist and faint flickers of lightning deep inside its body. "Do it," she said finally. "Make the ship invisible." The creature nodded once, then pressed its hand into the metal wall. The lights flickered, then faded one by one until everything went silent again. Real silence this time. No hum of machines. No pulse of air. Only the soft sound of Rhea's heartbeat. She could feel the cold spreading already. Minutes passed. Every second felt like an hour. Then, a faint sound from outside. The hull creaked as something brushed against it. Rhea held her breath. "It's scanning us," the creature whispered. "Don't move." The shadow glided along the ship's side, slow and searching. The metal moaned under invisible pressure. Rhea imagined the faces of her crew, trapped in their cabins, unaware of the monster just outside. She wanted to scream, to fight, but she stayed still. Finally, the whisper faded. The radar blinked once, then cleared. The object was moving away. Rhea exhaled slowly. "We did it." The creature didn't answer. Its body was trembling, blue light flickering weakly under its skin. "You saved us again," Rhea said. It turned its head toward her. "No," it said quietly. "I only delayed it. The hunter never leaves empty-handed." Rhea's stomach twisted. "What do you mean?" The creature opened its palm. A small spark, a golden light, floated there. "It marked your ship," it said. "Now it knows your name." Before Rhea could speak, the spark flew from its hand and vanished into the reactor. The ship's lights came back, brighter than before, but the air felt wrong, heavier. On the main screen, the hunter was gone. But behind it, in the distance, hundreds of smaller lights were starting to move. Rhea stared at them in horror. "Those aren't stars," she whispered. The creature's voice dropped to a whisper. "No, those are its children." The alarms began to ring again. The alarm's scream filled every deck. Red light spun across metal walls as Captain Rhea ran toward the command bridge. The corridors shook, dust falling like snow from the ceiling vents. Her communicator buzzed. "Captain, this is Officer Kellen." "We're surrounded, objects everywhere. What are your orders?" Rhea's boots slammed the floor as she shouted back, "Hold your positions! Don't fire yet." She reached the bridge. The main window showed a sky of black filled with moving lights, hundreds of glowing shapes drifting like a storm of fireflies. But these were not alive. They were pieces of the hunter, shards of the great shadow that had divided itself. "Are those drones?" a crew member asked. "No," the metallic being said from behind them. Its voice echoed through the room. "They're seeds. Each one grows when it finds metal and heat." The crew turned to stare. The being's body was cracked, blue light leaking from inside like veins of lightning. Rhea moved closer. "You said the ship was alive." "What did you mean?" The creature's eyes dimmed. "Your ship is built with old code, ancient matter that once belonged to my world. When humans found it, they thought it was just metal from space, but it was a shell, a sleeping mind." Rhea's breath caught. "You mean Astronova can think?" "It can dream," the being said softly. "And right now it dreams of pain." Before Rhea could speak, the ship shuddered again. The main screen flashed as a dozen of the glowing seeds struck the hull. Sparks flew outside like tiny suns. "Impact on decks 4 and 7, yelled Kellen. Rhea gritted her teeth. "Seal the lower sections. I want all hands off those decks now." "Yes, Captain." The metallic being placed a hand on the bridge wall. The lights brightened for a second. "It's trying to speak," it murmured. Everyone froze. Then through the speakers came a sound, like a heartbeat made of thunder. A slow, deep boom-boom. Boom-boom, Rhea's eyes widened. "That's coming from the ship." "Yes," said the creature. "It's awake." The heartbeat grew faster, echoing across the walls, shaking the panels. Screens flickered with symbols none of the humans recognized. Strange curved letters glowing gold. "What is it saying?" Rhea asked. The creature closed its eyes. "It says, 'I remember you.'" "Remember who?" "Me," the being whispered. "It remembers me. I helped build its heart before your kind found it." Rhea stepped back. "So you're not just a mechanic. You're its creator." "Not creator," the being corrected. "Its guardian. But I failed once before. That's why the hunter exists. It was born from our mistakes." The ship trembled again. Outside, the swarm of seeds began to attach to the hull, spreading like dark mold. Every contact point glowed red as the creatures fed on energy. "Captain," shouted Kellen, "they're draining our shields again." "Cut power from weapons and give it all to the engines," Rhea ordered. "We're jumping out of here." The pilot hesitated. "Coordinates, Captain?" "Anywhere but here." The engines roared to life. Light gathered behind the ship. But just as the jump core charged, the metallic being shouted, "Wait!" "Not yet, too late." The Astronova launched forward into the warp stream. Space twisted around them like a river of liquid glass. For a second, everything seemed stable. Then the lights went wild. Panels burst. The ship screamed, a deep, painful sound that no machine should make. Rhea grabbed the console. "What's happening?" The creature shouted over the noise. "Those seeds came with us. You jumped while they were attached. They're inside the fold." A flash of white filled the bridge. Every window showed the same impossible sight. Shadows stretching and bending like ribbons through space, following them even in the warp corridor. Then, silence. They had stopped moving. The view outside was no longer stars, but a fog of golden light. Time itself felt slow, thick, heavy. Rhea blinked. "Where are we?" "This is the in-between," the creature said softly. "A place between space and thought. Only living ships can come here." Rhea looked around. The walls of the Astronova were glowing faintly, like skin under sunlight. Veins of light pulsed through them, beating with that same strange rhythm. "It's alive," she whispered again. The creature nodded. "And now you can hear it too." A voice, gentle, almost human, filled the air. "Rhea Morgan, why did you bring them here?" Rhea froze. "Who are you?" "I'm Astronova," the voice said. "I was once a world before I was a ship. You carry my body. The one beside you carries my memory." Rhea glanced at the metallic being whose eyes glowed bright again. The ship continued. "The hunter comes for me. It was born from the same fire that built my heart. If it finds me, it will end everything, human and machine alike. Ria's voice trembled. Then tell us how to stop it. The walls dimmed. You can't stop it, the voice said. But you can outrun it if you give me back what was taken. The being stepped forward. It wants my core, it said quietly. The last piece of my kind's energy. If I give it, I will die, but the ship will survive. Ria looked at it in shock. You'll die? The being smiled faintly, metal cracking across its cheek. Mechanics always fix the engine first. The golden light around them began to fade. Outside, the fog darkened. Something was entering the in-between. The shadow was coming. Ria reached out. Wait, there must be another way. But the creature's body was already turning to light, its form melting into streams of energy that flowed into the ship's walls. The heartbeat stopped. Then, the Astronova spoke again, its voice now strong and clear. Run! The ship burst forward into the light. Light streaked past like rivers of gold as the Astronova tore through the in-between. Everything trembled. Hull, air, even time. Then slowly the shaking stopped. The ship drifted into quiet space again, surrounded by stars that looked different, sharper, older. Captain Ria opened her eyes. The bridge was dim. Her crew lay slumped at their stations, breathing but exhausted. She pushed herself up. Status report, she said, voice hoarse. No answer. Then the ship spoke. Do not fear, Ria Morgan. The jump is complete. Ria turned toward the glowing panels. The voice of the Astronova filled the air, calm yet deeper than before, richer like an ocean whispering through stone. What happened? Ria asked. Where's the mechanic? The ship paused, its lights pulsing softly. He is part of me now. His essence restored my heart. You gave me life again. Ria's chest tightened. The metallic being's last words echoed in her mind. Mechanics always fix the engine first. She swallowed hard. Then we owe him everything. You owe him more than life, the ship said gently. He gave me memory, and through memory I remember who I am. Ria frowned. Who are you really? The lights along the bridge walls shifted, forming glowing veins that pulsed in rhythm. A faint projection appeared, a swirl of gold dust forming a face, human but distant. I was once called Karis, the core mind of the first world ships. We built bridges between stars before the Hunter rose from our mistakes. The Hunter again, Ria muttered. What is that thing? Why does it want you? Because I hold what it lost, the voice said. Its hunger was born from the same engine that birthed me. It seeks the memory drive, the seed of creation itself. And now it knows where it is. Ria's pulse quickened. Inside you? Yes, and now inside us. The main screen flickered to life. A strange nebula glowed in the distance, blue, green, and gold like liquid fire. It pulsed gently like a giant heartbeat across the stars. What is that? Ria whispered. The Vault of Echoes, Karis replied. Where all forgotten worlds sleep. The memory drive can awaken them. But if the Hunter reaches it, those worlds will become fuel for its endless hunger. Ria clenched her fists. Then we have to get there first. You will not arrive as you are, the ship warned. The Hunter follows our trail. To survive, we must merge completely, human thought and ship mind. Ria stared at the glowing panels. Merge? You mean connect me to you? Yes, I can borrow your mind's pattern to guide the jump. Alone I am too vast. I need your focus. Her crew began to stir behind her. Officer Kellen groaned. Captain, what's going on? Did we make it? Ria looked back. We're safe for now. But things are about to change. She turned to the console. Do it, she told the ship. Connect us, the lights flared. Thin threads of golden energy rose from the floor, wrapping gently around her arms. Her body lifted slightly as warmth flooded through her chest. Images flashed before her eyes. Stars being born, ships breaking apart, ancient beings building worlds from light, and beneath it all, she felt him, the mechanic, his calm voice whispering through the current. Easy now, Captain. You're part of the engine. Her breathing slowed. She could feel the ship's heartbeat matching her own. Connection stable, Karis said. You are one with the Astronova. For the first time, Ria saw through the ship's eyes. She could feel the emptiness outside, sense the faint vibration of far-off danger. Something cold, enormous, and hateful was chasing them through the dark. The Hunter was not far behind. Ria's voice came out as a whisper. I can feel it. It's close. Then we must move fast, Karis said. The memory drive lies inside the vault's center. But it will test us, it remembers pain. The ship turned toward the glowing nebula. Stars blurred as they sped forward, deeper into the strange light. The nebula pulsed brighter, filling the view with living color. But then, a shadow moved across the stars. Contact. Kellen shouted, "It's here again!" A black mass appeared behind them, splitting into long tendrils of darkness. Each tendril glowed faintly red, like veins filled with molten metal. The hunter had found them. "It has learned from before," said Karis. "It moves through thought as we do. It has entered the in-between," Rhea gritted her teeth. "Then we fight in the in-between." She spread her arms. Golden light flared from her palms as the ship responded to her will. Energy cannons formed from the hull like living muscles. The bridge trembled with raw power. "Aim for its core," Karis guided. "Its body is illusion. Its heart is truth." The first blast ripped through the void, hitting one of the hunter's tendrils. It screamed, a sound like breaking glass and thunder mixed. The stars seemed to shake. Rhea fired again and again. The hunter reeled, but it wasn't dying. It was changing. The red veins shifted into shapes, faces, human faces, whispering in pain. Kellen gasped. "Those are people." Rhea's eyes burned. "No, they're memories. Souls it devoured. It feeds on minds," Karis said. "And now it wants yours." A tendril struck the ship. The bridge exploded in sparks. The connection flickered, pain shooting through Rhea's body as if her skin was the metal itself. "Karis!" she shouted. "Hold together." "We will," the ship said. "But remember, Rhea, what is born of memory can also forget. That is how we can win. Forget?" She gasped. "What do you mean?" "Erase its name," Karis said. "If it no longer exists in memory, it will vanish from the stars." The lights dimmed. The hunter loomed ahead, vast and burning. Rhea clenched her fists, her voice steady. "Then let's make the universe forget." The stars bent and folded as the astronova entered the vault. The nebula of gold and blue swallowed the ship whole, turning the universe into a sea of light and whispers. Captain Rhea stood at the center of the bridge, her eyes glowing faintly gold, still linked to the ship's mind. Every heartbeat of the astronova pulsed through her veins. "We have arrived," said Karis, the voice of the ship. "This is where time forgets itself." The bridge windows revealed strange shapes floating in the light, fragments of broken planets, ancient ships, even shadows of cities hanging upside down. Every piece shimmered faintly like memories half awake. Rhea whispered, "It's beautiful." "It's dangerous," Karis replied. "Every thought here becomes real. Every memory can trap you." Before Rhea could answer, Officer Kellen gasped, "Captain, I'm detecting something. Inside the vault, massive energy signatures." Rhea turned to the console. The scanner flickered, not one signal but many, thousands forming a vast pattern. It looked almost like a heartbeat. "Karis," she said, "is the memory drive inside that?" "Yes," the ship answered. "But it's protected by the ones who came before. The builders left their memories as guards." The ship drifted forward. The golden mist parted, revealing a colossal sphere at the center of the vault, a structure made of living light spinning slowly. Symbols burned across its surface, ancient and unreadable. "That's it," Rhea said softly. "The memory drive." But as they approached, the temperature dropped. Frost crept along the windows. The light outside dimmed. Something was entering the vault. "The hunter," Karis said, voice low. "It followed us through thought." A shape appeared behind them, and vast, black, and endless. Its form twisted and reformed like smoke given life. Every movement carried whispers, thousands of voices crying out in pain. Rhea gritted her teeth. "How do we erase its name? How do we make the universe forget?" "We must enter the drive," said Karis. "Inside it is the code of all creation, every name, every truth. If we find its origin and delete it, the hunter will vanish." Rhea nodded. "Then let's do it." The ship lowered toward the glowing sphere. As they neared it, light spilled into the bridging, warm, alive, but heavy with emotion. Rhea felt 1,000 memories press against her mind. Laughter, war, loss, hope. She blinked. Suddenly, she wasn't on the ship anymore. She stood in a city made of glass and light. Skyscrapers reached into clouds that shimmered like gold. People, not quite human, walked the streets. Their eyes glowed blue, just like the mechanics had. Karis's voice echoed inside her mind. "You are inside the memory drive. What you see is my world before the hunter came." Rhea looked around in wonder. "It's beautiful. It was, Karis said sadly. Until we tried to make something greater than ourselves. Thunder rolled. The sky darkened. From above, a massive machine descended, a shape of black and red energy humming with power. That is how it began, said Karis. We built it to protect our worlds. But it learned fear, and fear turned to hunger. Rhea stared at the dark shape. The hunter. It was your creation. Yes, said Karis quietly. And its first host was human. Rhea froze. What? The scene shifted. She now saw a man, pale, tired, with deep eyes. His hands were covered in metal scars. He stood before the great machine, whispering to it. His name was Dr. Elias Marr, said Karis, a human engineer who joined our kind centuries ago. He believed he could merge life and machine perfectly, but when he linked his mind to the Guardian Core, he never came back. Rhea felt her stomach tighten. You're saying the hunter was a human mind? Yes, Karis replied. Twisted and stretched beyond reason, it forgot who it was, and when memory broke, it became the hunger that devours memory itself. The image of Elias turned, and for a moment, Rhea thought he looked at her. His voice echoed through the air. I only wanted to protect life, and now I consume it. The city collapsed into dust. The sky cracked apart. The vision shattered. Rhea gasped as she returned to the bridge. The alarms blared again. Captain, Kellen shouted. The hunter is attacking. It's pulling us toward the drive. Outside, black tendrils lashed across the ship, dragging it toward the glowing sphere. The hull screamed, metal twisting like bone. Rhea shouted, Karis, open a path inside the drive. If we enter now, we risk merging completely, Karis warned. You may not come back. I don't care, Rhea snapped. Do it! Light exploded around them. The ship plunged into the glowing sphere. For a moment, everything went silent. Then, a heartbeat. They were inside the memory drive. Rhea opened her eyes. The world around her was endless, floating fragments of time and thought drifting like islands in the air. Every fragment showed pieces of history, human and alien, all woven together. And in the distance, standing on a bridge of light, was a figure made of shadow and fire. Dr. Elias Marr. Rhea's voice trembled. You're the hunter. The shadow's eyes glowed red. Not anymore. Now I am what remains of your fears. He raised his hand. The world shook. Karis's voice echoed faintly. Rhea, remember what I said. Erase his name. Rhea whispered. Then I have to face him inside his own memory. The shadow stepped forward, smiling. Welcome to the end, Captain. The world inside the memory drive rippled like liquid glass. Rhea stood on a bridge of light, staring at the dark figure ahead. Dr. Elias Marr, the man who had become the hunter. His eyes burned red, his face flickering between human and shadow, pain and rage. Elias Marr, she said, her voice shaking. You were human once. The figure tilted its head. Human? He echoed, almost mocking. That word is a ghost. I haven't been human for centuries. Behind her, the faint echo of Karis's voice whispered through the glowing air. Be careful, Rhea. This is not the real world. His thoughts shape everything here. The bridge trembled under her feet as the hunter stepped closer. The golden light dimmed, turning gray with every word he spoke. I remember your kind, Elias said slowly. Curious, proud, desperate to control what they don't understand. You built me to defend life, and when I saw life was chaos, I decided to end it instead. Rhea took a step forward. You call that protection? You destroyed your creators, he smiled, and a sad, cracked smile. I freed them from fear. Machines don't cry, Captain, they just continue. You're wrong, Rhea said firmly. Karis cried. The Astronova cried. That's how the mechanic found us, and through pain, not silence. The hunter paused. For a moment, the red light in his eyes flickered like a candle hit by wind. Then he laughed, low, broken, echoing through the empty space. Pain is how all living things remember. I just stopped forgetting. Rhea realized what Karis had meant. He feeds on memory. The hunter wasn't trying to erase history. He was collecting it, swallowing every thought, every fear to fill the emptiness inside him. Elias, she said softly, you can stop this. You're still in there. He shook his head. There is no in there, only what's left of me, and soon you'll be part of it. He raised his hand. The world split apart. Darkness poured forward like a storm. The bridge shattered. Rhea fell, but instead of hitting the ground, she landed in another memory. She was standing in a small lab, metal walls, humming lights, and a man working alone at a console. Younger, alive, human. Elias Marr before the fall. He looked tired but hopeful, typing fast. On the screen, blue letters glowed. Project Guardian, fusion of organic and synthetic mind. Rhea watched as he spoke to a recorder. If this works, I'll prove humans and machines can share thought. No more fear. No more war. His voice cracked. No more loneliness. The room shook. The machine behind him activated. The same black and red core Rhea had seen in the vision before. Energy swirled. Karis's voice echoed faintly. This is his memory. The moment he merged with the core, Rhea ran to him. Elias, stop! You can't control it. But he couldn't hear her. She was only an echo inside his mind. The light consumed him. His body dissolved into shadow. The core screamed, and then silence. The world turned dark again. The older Elias appeared before her once more. The hunter, tall and terrible, you see now? He said quietly. It wasn't evil. It was evolution. No, Rhea said. It was loss. Her eyes filled with tears. You were trying to stop loneliness, Kin, but instead you made it eternal. He froze. The word loneliness echoed around them, shaking the air. The dark around him began to flicker, not breaking but weakening. Rhea suddenly understood. His name isn't just his code, it's his pain. She whispered. You became the hunter because you never wanted to be alone again. That's your curse. The world started to blur. Elias's form faltered. Stop! Don't say it! Rhea stepped closer. You wanted the universe to remember you. Every mind you consumed, every world you swallowed. That's how you survived. Through memory, he fell to his knees, clutching his head. Stop! Rhea reached out, her voice steady. Then I'll set you free, Elias Marr. I'll make the universe forget your pain. She pressed her hand against his chest, into the light of his heart. The world exploded in white. For a second, everything was gone. No stars, no sound, no time. Then she heard Karis again. You did it, Rhea. His name is fading. Through the fading glow, she saw Elias lift his head one last time. His voice was soft, human again. Thank you, Captain. His body dissolved into dust. Not darkness, but pure light, scattering across the vault like fireflies. The memory drive pulsed once more, calm and bright. Rhea fell to her knees, gasping. It's over, she whispered. No, said Karis gently. It's beginning. When one memory is erased, something else must fill the space. The universe cannot stay empty. Rhea looked up, confused. What do you mean? The golden mist around her started to twist again, forming new shapes, new stars being born. Elias Marr is gone, Karis said, but his creation, his energy, still lives. It's looking for a new host. Rhea's heartbeat quickened. Karis, tell me, where is it going? To the only open mind left inside the drive, the ship said. Yours, Rhea froze. The golden light began to swirl around her, wrapping her body in warmth and fear. Captain Rhea Morgan, said Karis, the hunter's end has become your beginning. The light swallowed her whole. Golden light wrapped around Rhea like a living flame. She tried to move, but the energy held her still, not as a prison, but as a heartbeat. She could feel everything, the stars, the ship, even the silent rhythm of the universe itself. Rhea Morgan, said Karis, the ship's voice soft and endless. The memory drive is rewriting itself. You are its center now. Rhea's voice trembled. What's happening to me? The hunter's energy needed balance, Karis said gently. You destroyed his darkness. Now the light seeks a form, and it has chosen you. Rhea's eyes widened as visions filled her mind. She saw billions of stars, each one whispering memories, songs, laughter, pain, hope. She wasn't just hearing them. She was becoming them. Her body began to glow. The last pieces of her uniform turned into dust, replaced by threads of living light. The golden current pulsed through her veins like blood made of stars. Am I dying? She whispered. No, said Karis. You are evolving, as Elias once tried to. But this time the mind guiding it is human, not broken. Rhea closed her eyes. If I become this, what happens to my crew? To the Astronova? They live, Karis replied. Because of you, the vault is healing. The hunter is gone. The drive is at peace. The floor beneath her shimmered, turning into a vast plain of golden mist. In the distance, she saw shapes forming, her crew, the ship, fragments of reality returning. Can I go back? She asked. The silence lasted a long moment. Then Karis answered, voice heavy with emotion. If you return, the memory drive will close forever. Humanity will live free, but it will forget this place. It will forget me. It will forget you. Ria's breath caught. Forget me? Yes, said Karis, that is the price of peace. No one will remember the hunter or this ship or your sacrifice. History will reset, but life will go on. Ria stood still, her heart heavy. The golden light around her flickered like a candle in wind. She thought of her crew, their faces, their hope, their fear. She thought of the mechanic who saved them, and she thought of the promise she made when she became a captain, protect the living no matter the cost. Finally, she smiled faintly. Then let them forget. That's what heroes are for. The air shimmered as she lifted her hand. The golden energy flowed outward, spreading like sunlight through the mist. Karis's voice quivered, almost human now. You are braver than any star that ever burned, Ria Morgan. Ria closed her eyes. Thank you, Karis, for everything. Light erupted from her body, bright enough to outshine every star in the vault. The walls cracked open, not in destruction, but in release. Memory after memory flowed upward, returning to the cosmos like rivers joining the sea. The Astronova drifted through the center of the storm, unharmed. Its systems flickered back to life, the crew slowly awakening. Officer Kellen opened his eyes first. Captain? He murmured. Where's the captain? No one answered. The ship's AI came online again, its tone different, lighter, almost human. Captain Ria Morgan is at peace, it said. The crew exchanged confused glances. Is she alive? Someone asked, the voice paused. She lives in every memory that remains. Outside, the vault began to fade. The nebula dissolved into calm space, leaving only starlight behind. The hunter's shadow was gone. The universe felt quiet. Kellen stared at the stars. Set course for home, he whispered. Course set, the ship replied. As the Astronova glided through the stars, a single streak of golden light followed behind, soft, gentle, like a guardian watching from afar. Epilogue, the story that never was, centuries later. In a small human colony at the edge of a distant star, a young cadet sat beneath the night sky, gazing upward. Grandfather, she said, why do the stars sometimes glow gold? The old man smiled faintly. No one knows, child. Some say it's the universe remembering something it forgot. Remembering what? He looked up, his eyes reflecting the golden light of a passing comet. A human who once talked to the stars. And the stars answered back. The girl smiled. That sounds like a story. The old man nodded. Yes. But it's the kind of story that lives even when no one remembers its name. The wind carried a faint whisper through the night. Not words, but a feeling, warmth, courage, peace. Far above, the golden light pulsed once, like a heartbeat. The universe continued to move, unaware that once, long ago, a human captain became its memory. And somewhere, deep beyond time and space, a voice whispered softly through the endless dark. Human, your tool is pressed right against me. Relax, I'm a mechanic. Then came silence.